Stacy's in Austin, Texas. Hi, Stacy. How are you?
Hi, can y'all hear me okay?
Sure. What's up?
Great. Thanks so much for taking my call. I really enjoy listening to both of you. I feel like I'm having a fangirl moment. So, um, okay, so the simple question is we had a wake-up call in July, or actually June, and we've tallied everything and we're on baby step 2. It is just a really daunting number. Without our mortgage, we own a home. Without our mortgage, we have $170,000 in debt. That's, you name it, mostly credit cards and student loans and some car payments. And
How much do you owe on your cars?
I owe $15,000 on mine. My monthly payment is $260. My husband owes $31,000 on his, and his car payment is $600. I recently sold a much bigger, more expensive car and downsized, but was afraid to pay all cash for it.
Why?
So I cut my.
that was before you had the wake-up call.
Yeah, well, it was kind of the beginning of it, and then it's a family car. We have a 4-year-old son, and I just was like, gosh, we put the most miles on my car, so I just wanted it to be something really reliable and safe. And
what are your 2 cars? Just tell me what the 2 models are in year.
Sure. I have a 2011 Lexus RX 350. That's the $260 a month. Mm-hmm. And my husband drives a Dave, I'm interested if you'll know this one. It's a 2014 Chevy SS, but it has a Hennessy supercharger in it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's recently been retuned, and it's a beast.
Yeah,
anyways, those are our 2 cars. So.
Great gas mileage. Not.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah. All right. So what's your household income?
We make over $200,000. We net $12,000 a month. I have a nice base salary, but also earn commissions. So that's our low end. And some months we make more than that. My husband's salary is set, and he's in IT.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we have a big shovel.
So your question's what?
Well, so I hate the amount of debt we have. I'm
$85,000 a year for 2 years, and you're out of debt.
I could do it. I don't know if my husband's, wanting to sacrifice. So ultimately, we're not in a home that we want to be in forever. We do want to move to the Northeast. It's just a dream that we've had. So,
you know what the problem with that is?
What?
You're going to go with you.
People in the Northeast. Yeah, I know.
No, you're going to go with you. And your husband who doesn't want to sacrifice is going to go with you.
No.
You can't run from this.
Yeah.
The two of you in your relationship and the 2 of you as a team have to stare this beast down.
Yeah.
And the beast is in your mirror.
Yeah.
You don't have a math problem. You got a me problem.
Yep.
So that's where we start. And when
when
the 2 of you call me back and say we are truly sick and tired of being sick and tired, we're not going to rationalize about a freaking 4-year-old needing a car to ride in that's a certain kind of car called a Lexus. We're not going to rationalize about driving a muscle car when we're like a grown man with children and can't pay his bills. We're not going to rationalize and run to the Northeast and pay all this off with the equity from our home and never have faced the fact that we wouldn't pay a price to win in the mirror. You guys, when you're ready to do that, you're ready to do anything. You don't have to do any of these things mathematically. You can keep the cars, but you can't keep the lifestyle, and you can't keep the wishy-washy, I sort of kind of want to do this stuff. Not and get out of debt.
Yep.
Not and get out of debt. There's only one way you're going to get out of debt is you guys have substantial change in your view of money, your view of stuff, your view of acquisition, your view of what gives you peace, your view of those things. When you change those things, that's transformation, and this debt will just evaporate in 2 years when you do that. You'll be on my stage in here screaming, I'm debt-free.
I'd love to be.
Stacy, let me ask you a quick question. Couple of credit cards. What's your monthly payments, your minimums that you're paying on these credit cards? Give me a couple of numbers.
I broke our debt down because I'm the geek.
Yeah.
So the consumer debt is $94,000, and we pay $2,000 a month on just consumer debt. I called consumer debt everything but the cars and his student loan.
Right. By the way, it's all consumer debt.
Yeah, it's all.
I get you.
Yeah.
This is just how I broke it down.
Here's what you need to hear. You guys need to say this to each other out loud. We make $200,000 a year, and we couldn't even choose to live on that.
I know.
That's where credit card debt. That's where credit card debt comes from.
If we don't change.
Yeah, you're going to be bankrupt. You're going to be the bankrupt rich people.
The reason I ask you those questions, Stacy, is because you started off the call going, it feels insurmountable. But if you were to just fix the car situation, that's $860 a month. A couple of credit cards, you're quickly over $1,000 a month that would be free to then put towards the student loans. And with your income, what Dave is saying, you could get out of this thing quick. I just don't know that you believe that you guys can get out of this as quick as we believe you can.
Well, 200 minus 85 is not a bad amount to live on. That's 115.
I know. Yep.
Not counting taxes, but still, I mean, that's the big numbers. But you guys, I don't think my husband's willing to do that, but my husband is willing to move to the Northeast, sell the house, and pay off all the debt with the windfall you get from selling a house in this world that we live in today, because he's going to make a ton of money. You can do that if you want to do it, but I predict this will crop back up because you've never dealt with you. He's never dealt with him, and as a couple, we've never dealt with, we need a common vision for our home, the people with our last name. As for me and my house, we need a common vision, and y'all don't have that. Your only common vision is you spend like you're in Congress. And it's killing you, girl. You're breaking my heart. So that's my challenge to y'all. Lovingly, as kindly as I can. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Live like no one else so that later you can live and give like no one else. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it yields a harvest of righteousness. This is what's in your future, one way or the other. You're either going to decide or somebody's going to decide for you later. This is The Ramsey Show.